Super Bowl is here.
Mm.
Cincinnati Bengals, Mr. Burrow, uh, the Rams, Senior Stafford. Who you got?
I'm torn, bruh. So, usually, if my team is not in it, I'll usually go with the division or the conference. So, now it's both. I got an NFC team and an NFC West team. So naturally, I should be going for the Rams.
I'm starting to say, I don't know if you want to bet against this young man Burrow.
Exactly.
I'm saying that, but at the same, and I like Chase.
Yes.
But at the same time, on the other side, you got OBJ. He's kind of gone through a lot of things in his career, especially being, where he was before. So to see him do this, it's like, man, it would be good to see him. I'm gonna say this too, man. I liked Stafford, man. I liked him when he was throwing that joint to my man Megatron back in Detroit. I liked him, son. But the other thing is that defense. Von Miller,
Aaron Donald,
your boy Aaron Donald,
Jalen Ramsey.
Jalen Ramsey. So even though my man,
your man, he got Mike. Mike Evans cooking on that last joint.
But look, I don't know if you see him tweet.
The tweet, yeah, he's like his last touchdown. Tom Brady's last touchdown was on me.
Yeah, the GOAT. Don't leave that out. He said the GOAT. He said the GOAT. He said the GOAT. Welcome to the Clear in the Air podcast with D and Q.
I'm D.
And I'm Q. Yo, man, I think this is going to be our first sports-related podcast in quite a while.
Besides Kobe. But
Kobe.
That was more, that was sports and other things though too.
Yeah.
This is the first one since the NBA 75th.
Yes.
And our first football one in a long time.
Yes, for real. So I think it's good for us. I think most people would think, you got two guys on the mic. It's real easy to talk about sports, but while it is for us, knowing our history, it's still good to see that, men could talk about other things too. So, but let's hop into this thing here. So much to talk about. We will be talking about the NFL today. Just so many different topics. Man, why don't you start this thing off for us today?
First of all, bro,
and look. The reason I'm giving you the floor, I see the jersey.
Yes.
For those who can't see him, he's got a 49ers cap jersey on.
Yes.
And I know he's so heartbroken.
Yeah. First of all, shout out to Cap. I am a huge San Francisco 49ers fan, lifelong since birth. We know you're a Patriots fan, all Boston, everything. We'll talk about them later for sure. But yeah, man, today, this podcast is bittersweet for me. So, but we'll definitely. You want me to start? Just jump right in.
Just jump right in, bro.
We'll start with the playoffs, bro. The playoffs have been crazy. Probably a lot of people saying this is the best rounds of NFL playoffs we've seen, maybe in history, man. All the games have been crazy. The games have gotten better and better and better. The second weekend, each game ended with a walk-off field goal or walk-off touchdown. It's two teams standing, Cincinnati Bengals and the Los Angeles Rams. It's bittersweet for me because my San Francisco 49ers lost to the Rams in heartbreaking fashion. Had a up and down season, but got hot at the right time. Made our way into the playoffs, had to win the last game of the season, actually came back and beat the Rams last game of the season. Played the Cowboys first round, got them up out of there. Please get them up out of there and they annoying fans. got them up out of there. Beat Green Bay, got Aaron Rodgers up out of there. Real ugly game in the snow, but special teams made a play, and Jimmy G, when he had to make a play and get us down the field, he did, and we had to walk off field goal. Rams game, 17-7 lead going into the fourth quarter. Office started stalling. Our offensive line issues started to get exposed. The dude Tart had a wide open interception and dropped it. So unfortunate. And I say that could have won the game, but it definitely was a huge momentum shift. But not to blame him, because he was one of the big reasons we won the Green Bay the week before. So, and Jimmy G just, kind of do what Jimmy G does. He'll get you right there close to the promised land, and at the most inopportune time, make that mistake to break your heart. So that's what happened, man. So, I mean, it's podcast 22, we a lot wasn't expected of us this year, and we got a lot farther than what we expected to. But to get right there so close and then not make the Super Bowl, it's just a little disappointing. So, but I'm gonna ride with them to the end, and we be back. The Trey Lance era, I believe, has officially begun. I think Jimmy G. Well, I know for a fact Jimmy G won't be back. And I wish Jimmy G the best, man. He seems like a great dude. The team loves him. Great leader. I wish him the best wherever he goes. I think the team that gets him is a team that I think their goal should probably just be the playoffs. Is he going to be that Super Bowl winning quarterback? I'm not sure, because everything has to be like perfect, like run game, defense, like, what I'm saying? Everything has to be lined up for him to be truly successful. But like for a team that's like fringe on making the playoffs and they need a solid, capable quarterback to get you to the playoffs, I think he'd be right for them. So
you're talking about Jimmy G, right?
Jimmy Garoppolo, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. Yes. So look, not to harp here, because we're gonna keep it moving, but shout out to Jimmy G. I call him Jimmy G just because it's easy to say, but not only that, that's just a cool way to say his name. But more importantly, the man does have 2 rings.
He does. With your squad, yes, he does.
All right. A lot of people forget, we ended up trading him, so he could play. And I get it. I understand.
Word was your boy Brady. I don't want to use the word intimidated, but he didn't. He felt like Coach Belichick wanted Jimmy G to be his successor, and Brady just didn't want him on the team no more. So he made Robert Kraft, the owner, trade Jimmy G. That's why at the time we traded him for a 2nd-round pick, which was kind of a steal, which was a steal. So yeah, that was the word on the street. That's kind of
word on the street. There's always a whole bunch of words on the street when it comes to my man Brady, but it's all good. It's all good. Well, again, as you kind of alluded to, it's been a wild playoffs, man. Teams that, you thought would do some damage, did not. I'm going to be honest with you. I really thought it was going to be Kansas City in there. But a bit of a meltdown.
Yeah, that was one of the things, man. If we would have made it, we would have either played Kansas City, who, we would have won a revenge from 2 years ago from the Super Bowl, or we would have played the Bengals, who we beat twice in the Super Bowl. They've been twice and lost to us both times. So it would have been a rematch in a sense for both teams. I mean, for whoever we played. So, but, Rams did what they had to do, and now they'll be the 2nd straight team to play in the Super Bowl in their home stadium. So
how about that?
Yeah. And truth be told, bro, I preferred to play Tampa Bay. I didn't want to play the Rams again. Because everybody's like, man, y'all beat them 6 straight times, twice this year. I'm like, and yeah, I do believe it's hard to beat a team 3 times in one season. I believe that. But it was more so for me, they knew they gave us one at the end of the season. And 2, that motivation of knowing you could play in a Super Bowl in your home stadium. Like I just knew it was going to be different. I knew it was going to be harder. So I
Right.
would have preferred to play Tampa Bay. They had some injuries. Defense wasn't as good. You know what I mean? And I really think we could have went down there. In other words, I wanted Tampa Bay to beat the Rams, and then us have to play Tampa Bay. I thought we would have had a good shot at beating Tampa Bay.
Only for us to have to get at that neck. But okay, I got you.
Us? Wait. Who is us? Because yo, whatever's on your head says differently, and we know what happened to them.
So first things first. Let's just go here since you want to come for people's neck because his heart a little broken.
Yeah.
First things
you had 3 weeks to heal though, because your team.
First things first. Yeah, I'm always with the home team, but you can't ignore the reason why you went with the home team for the past 20 years was because of that man that's down in Tampa. So for me, always a Brady guy. You know, we'll talk about that a little later, but you know, I really love to see that these guys were able to pick it up and do as well as they were able to do. They just got exposed by a better team. It's just simply what that was, the Bills. So it's okay. But since we're talking about the games, I was really being heckled in my own home by a few people. So my daughter's birthday party, a few people came over, nothing major, and the game was going on. And
which game?
Of course, the Bucks. And I was being, that team was being rooted against, of course, because of Brady. And, people got a little scared towards the end because the way it ended.
Oh yeah, he was doing this Brady thing, but Stafford shut all that down.
Yeah, well, hey, listen, it still had everybody scared on the sidelines, you know what I mean?
For sure.
But that's just it was. I would say that this has probably been the best playoffs in a long time.
By far.
In a long time.
Every game was actually, it was only really 2 uninspiring blowout games. That was y'all against the Bills and Bucks against the Eagles. That first game. Every other game was was very competitive.
Well, you got to the point to where the real contenders were anyway. I think,
right.
So it separated it separated the boys from the men. So
right. Because I don't think too many people thought the Eagles or the Patriots was going to do too much damage. So you're right about that.
No, but even saying those teams' names, shout out to both of them because what's my man's name?
Jalen Hurts.
Yes, Jalen Hurts. So just seeing him, and it's always a tough division anyway, but just seeing him do what he was able to do. I love to see the young quarterbacks do their thing.
Right.
And see early success. That's that.
Right.
And the same thing for these guys. I mean, you really thought that's the Patriots. You wouldn't have thought they would have done what they did, and I think
they overachieved this year, bro.
Well, I would say having a good quarterback, obviously being well coached, those are things that make for success. And Brady, Belichick is going to get and squeeze the most out of his players, or you're not going to be on the squad. So
correct.
But let's go to the picks.
All right.
Super Bowl is here. Cincinnati Bengals, Mr. Burrow, the Rams, Senior Stafford. Who you got?
I'm torn, bruh. So, usually, if my team is not in it, I'll usually go with the division or the conference. So, now it's both. I got an NFC team and an NFC West team. So, naturally, I should be going for the Rams. But they just beat us, son. They just beat us. And I like Joe Burrow, but Joe cool. You know what I'm saying? Smoking a cigar, got the chain, icy chain on his neck. You know what I'm saying? I like Joe cool. I like Joe Burrow since LSU. So I think I'm rooting for the Bengals, bruh. Yeah, I mean, for them, they were picked last in their division. They wasn't supposed to make no noise this year.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I think I'm riding with them. I think the Rams have a good shot to win it though. I'm not a betting man, but them playing at home, that defense. I mean, Burrow got sacked 9 times by the Titans defense, so you already know what Aaron Donald and them going to
Mm.
do. So I think it's going to be a long day for the Bengals, but if they could just stay close, stay consistent like they did with Kansas City, at the end you never know what's going to happen. So I think I'm rooting for Joe Hollywood.
So before I even say anything, what you just said is going to lead to the first comment I made. So it looked like the same thing was going to happen to Burrows against the Chiefs.
Right.
You know what I mean? And just to see his composure and to see their fight says a lot. But for me, I'm going to say the Rams. But the reason I would say the Rams, I got proven wrong last game, which you mean, okay. So I said, oh man, no, this is going to be a long game for Burrow, against the Chiefs. No way the Chiefs going out like that. They're going to get back to where they glory since Brady is done. And I said, no, he's an inexperienced quarterback in these situations, in the NFL playoffs. He proved me wrong. So, I wouldn't bet against Patrick Mahomes. I didn't last week, but I'm starting to say, I don't know if you want to bet against this young man Burrow.
Exactly.
I'm saying that, but at the same, and I like Chase.
Yes.
But at the same time, on the other side, you got OBJ. He's kind of gone through a lot of things in his career, especially being, where he was before. So to see him do this, it's like, man, it would be good to see him kind of pull out, especially after taking that loss with that crypto. Get that other bonus and don't put it in the crypto.
Yeah.
Or find another coin.
Keep it as the cash show. Yeah, get it as cash.
Find another coin. Shout out to Urban Digital Assets, man, on that joint. But I'm gonna say this too, man. I liked Stafford, man. I liked him when he was throwing that joint to my man Megatron back in Detroit. I liked him, son. But the other thing is that defense. Von Miller,
Aaron Donald,
your boy Aaron Donald,
Jalen
Ramsey. So even though my man,
he got Mike. Mike Evans cooking on that last joint.
But look, I don't know if you see him tweet.
The tweet, yeah, he's like his last touchdown. Tom Brady's last touchdown was on me.
Yeah, the GOAT. Don't leave that out. He said the GOAT. He said the GOAT. He said the GOAT. But
we'll get to that later.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. But I'm gonna go with the Rams, man. But I think it's gonna be a good game.
So look, I get all the Stafford appreciation, bro, but it's just getting overbearing right now. Like, okay, yeah,
I don't know nothing about that.
I know he was in peril in Detroit. Yeah, blase blind. Anybody wants to?
Oh no, I'm not even. No. I'm not even. See, I don't even know what you're talking about. I have not. Heard.
They just saying, he was in a bad situation all those years in Detroit, so it'd be nice for him to get one. Yeah, yada yada.
No, I'm not even. I don't even. If I'm gonna say that about anybody, I would say that about OBJ. I wouldn't necessarily say that about him.
On one point, on one hand, I would like it would be nice to see OBJ get one after all the
stuff that
he's been under,
right,
especially with Cleveland and how he ended in New York. So it'd be cool for him to get one. Aaron Donald, he's worldly renowned as the best defensive player in the NFL. So it'd be good for him to get one for his career.
And sure, your boy Von Miller would get one too.
Well, that would be 2 for him. So I don't care about him. He already got one with Denver.
Word. And I think he would retire after that too.
No, sir.
You don't think so?
He's still in his prime. He the top. What was he ranked? The second best player in the NFL just this past year. He been number one the past few years, bro.
Yeah.
And that's crazy for a defensive lineman because like he gets double teamed almost
Yeah.
every play, but he causes so much damage, bro.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
He good. And man, if they lose, you know he ain't retired. He got to get that joint.
Right.
So,
And they can run it back.
Yeah, and then you got to think Cincinnati, like I said, they like a year ahead of schedule, so they got time.
True. So that's the picks right there. I'm gonna leave this one off.
All right.
Rightly so and fittingly. Talk about Brady's retirement. Now I done got a little bit confused because, I think it was, Monday of said week it was, he didn't really know what he was gonna do. Then he announced the retirement. Then I'm still hearing talks like he's still trying to figure out what he's trying to do. But general consensus is that the GOAT has retired after 22 seasons.
He's not everybody's GOAT. So
he don't have to be. It don't work that way. It don't work that way. It don't work that you get a chance to say everybody's versus this person versus that person. But we're going to leave that alone. The man, the majority of his fingers got, come on, we're going to leave that alone. Anyway, the retirement. I'll say this much. And by the way, people was trying to get on him about not thanking the Pats fans and all of that. People always feel like you got to do things on their time and the way they think you should do it. I feel like Brady has been a class act his entire career. There was no way he was not going to shout out the Patriots and Robert Kraft like he ended up doing. And what I like about it is that he didn't do it seemingly to just throw names in there to say, okay, I did it, I said it, that's it. No, you spent 20 years somewhere. They got to be separate. So shout out to him for doing what he felt he needed to do when he felt he needed to do it. And I would say ultimately doing it the right way. You spend the majority of your career somewhere. That speaks for itself. And therefore any post or conversation you have should be separate. So,
what did he do for the Patriots? Because I only saw the joint he did with the Bucks. Did he do something?
He ended up, I think he tweeted or something and ended up mentioning the Patriots.
I think they posted something, man. I think he reposted it and said thank you for that. But people was upset because it wasn't like that long joint he posted. It was mostly about the Bucks and their organization, president, the fans, teammates, blah blah blah. And then when the Patriots posted something, I think he reposted and said,
yeah, but you think and then that's cool. But this is my thing again. He did it on his own time and in his own way.
I don't have no. Yeah, I don't have no.
Because again, my thing is this: he could have just said thanks, left it at that, or didn't really even acknowledge that. You know what I'm saying? People gonna have something to say about it either way. But again, I think it was a crazy way for him to go out. Again, you look at his stats, man. I mean, come on, man. 42, 43 years old doing what this dude was doing. No, he didn't win it, but come on, man, that's as close as you can get without going to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? You're right there. So shout out to Tom Brady, man.
Man, he's not my GOAT. Joe Montana's my GOAT. But I mean, Brady is Brady, bro. Like I ain't taking nothing away from him, dog. He
can't do it.
Yeah, he Tom Brady, bro. And he mad cool too, bro. It's like
exactly
he just mad cool. Yeah, I'm not.
He got love for Montana. He's mentioned Montana.
So he he grew up in the Bay. That was his team growing up. So apparently, before he went to Tampa Bay, he wanted to come to the 49ers, but apparently we stuck with Jimmy G. And word on the street was he was like, y'all chose this beep beep over me.
Got a lot of word on the streets.
Yeah, bro. So looking back on it now, I'm like, I would have said the same thing. Yo, we chose this over Brady. So, but at the time we hadn't drafted Trey Lance. Garoppolo just took us to the Super Bowl. So, I guess I think I can figure out what they was thinking. It's like, and you just sent Garoppolo away from Brady. Now you about to bring him over here, about to, you know what I'm saying, ruin all his confidence. So
Yeah,
I guess I see why they did what they did. So,
yeah.
but honestly, though, a little small piece of me, very small piece, thought he might do one more year, and we get him for 1 year, bro. A very small piece of me was like 2% chance. But I thought he was going to either stay in Tampa Bay or retire. So
Yeah, son. 'Cause all that, when it's cool. And I think that's what was dope about what he was able to do. By going to another team, and doing what he did. I think it was dope these past 2 years. I mean, we talking about AB. I mean, shoot, AB got a ring off of him. You know what I mean?
facts.
Um, so you taking a look at that and you saying, wow, man, like, yo, this dude, all right, it wasn't a fluke. He went to a whole nother team. Yeah, he had a couple of the same players, but that don't automatically equate to success. And he made it a success. But I mean, at this point, man, I mean, what else you got to prove? You got to go to 3 teams and win a chip to prove it.
Yeah, that's my thing. That probably would have been too much.
It's too
I mean,
much.
like I said, it was a small possibility, and I wouldn't even say that I would not agree. Well, I ain't gonna not say go get Tom Brady, but I wasn't,
Yeah,
stay in Tampa Bay or retire, bro. So
yeah, yeah. So, but and you're all right. I was just taking a look at it. Yeah, Kraft, did what he did, and then Brady responded to that.
right.
Um, you know, so okay, so another name that I kind of don't even want to talk about, but when he does hang it up, he's gonna be one of the all-time greats as well, which is your boy. And I'm gonna let you talk about him,
Who?
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, A-Rod. Why everybody hate A-Rod now?
I don't hate Aaron.
All
Let
right,
me just
well,
let me just say this part. I think I will say this. Shout out to him because after all that controversy at the beginning of the year, that doesn't typically equate to success on the field, on the court, or any locker room. And so for him to have, got where he got when you didn't even think that he would even remain on the team, shout out to him for that. So he definitely is one of the all-time greats and one of the best quarterbacks that these eyes are seeing in the last few years. So my bad.
yeah. I mean, again, man, another Bay Area kid, grew up a 49ers fan. It's so funny because he said he was gonna make the Niners pay for not drafting him. Yeah, he's 0-4 against us in the playoffs. So go figure. So go figure that. We definitely got his number, but excuse me. One of the most talented QBs ever, bro. He had that controversy started 2 years ago when they drafted Jordan Love and didn't tell him. And so he's just kind of had him handcuffed since then, bro. They begged and pleaded with him, gave him everything he wanted. Thing about Aaron Rodgers, bro. Yes, he's uber talented, but he's condescending, he's arrogant, he's smug, you know what I'm saying? You're just gonna get all that with it, man. And I think Green Bay fans are tired of him. The organization may be tired of him. I think some of his teammates are tired of him. Um, some of his former teammates have not talked too glowingly about him. So I don't know what his future holds, man. Again, is he gonna have a better situation in Green Bay? Probably not. I mean, they're gonna be in contention again next year.
Not making
You
too
know,
many changes.
yeah. And I mean, you've been there your whole career. Those fans gonna love you. The organization gonna give you whatever you want. Jordan Love is still unproven and doesn't seem to be a very great player, although it's still kind of, you know, it's to be seen. But I mean, I don't know, bro. they're saying he might go to Denver. His old I want to say quarterback coach or offensive coordinator is now the head coach for the Denver Broncos. And that's cool because I'm sure if the Packers trade him, they would like to trade him to the AFC. But if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm like, yo, do I really want to go in a division with Derek Carr, Justin Herbert, and Patrick Mahomes? I got to play them six times a year. You know what I'm saying? That whereas I could stay in the NFC North and play Minnesota, Chicago, and Detroit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm almost guaranteed winning my division and a home playoff game every year, although he's come up short the past couple years in home playoff games. But it's like, I don't know if I would do that. They talk about maybe him in Pittsburgh. Yeah, he would be good with Mike Tomlin. But again, now you got to play Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow for the foreseeable future. So, you know what I mean? I don't know, bro. I don't know. The football team, we can't call them, well, we'll talk about that later, but their new name. But do you want to go there? Again, the Packers, do you want to trade them to the NFC? That division, I mean, you pretty much just going against Dak. Okay. But the football team, you know how they are, bro. They gonna mess something up.
Let me ask you this question. How long do you think he got left in the league?
I don't know, bro. I mean, he probably gonna win MVP this year. So yeah, I would say about maybe 3 to 4 years, right? Because I believe he's 37 right now. I believe he's 37.
But you think he got that? You think he got the Brady gene to
I
be
don't,
playing to them?
I don't think he has the Brady gene because I think he has other interests. I don't think he loved the game as much as Brady. You know what I'm saying? He always talking about Jeopardy and, he things he doing also. I think Brady lives football. That was his life. You know what I'm saying? It's well known what he does with his body and his diet and his workout.
The LeBron of football.
Right. And not saying that Aaron Rodgers doesn't do that. I just don't think Aaron Rodgers has that same love for football like Brady does. You know what I'm saying? Brady's, he has other interests. You know what I'm saying? He dates actresses.
You talking about Rodgers.
Rodgers. I'm sorry, Rodgers.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I just think he has other interests. It's going to be interesting, man. I don't know if he's going to stay in Green Bay or if he's going to go somewhere else, bro. I think if I was him, I think I would stay put. I don't know if that relationship can be restored. And I think, they had it once they got after all that controversy this year. And then, with the whole I'm immunized and all that stuff. After they got over all that, they were still one of the top teams in the league. They was the number one overall seed.
They were.
You know what I mean?
My only, when we talking about his future, I look at his future. That's why I asked the question, because the thing is, okay, so how much longer do you have to play? Because two things come into play. All right, if you got 2 years left, stay where you at. You got 4 years left, well, that's what you're pushing toward. Maybe go to a different team. Because this is not getting it. Like, it's cool to say, all right, I know I got to play against these guys, and this is this. But it's something to be said also. It's kind of different from basketball. Like you clown KD, LeBron for going and joining a team that's got, X, Y, and Z. But in this case, it's kind of like, all right, how about let's flip it? Pull a Brady, go to another team, and show that you can make them better. One thing I can say is Aaron Rodgers never really played with big names, kind of like how Brady was in New England. And so if you can go somewhere, man, where you've got 4 years, the remaining 4 years of your career to really kind of, see if you can bring at least one or get further than where you got this year. That's a good situation. But if you're only going to be in the league another year or two, stay where you at, man. Stay where you at.
Yeah, my thing, like, he's played with some solid play. Like right now, he playing with the best receiver in the league, in Devontae Adams. So like I think a lot of people say he's never had that super dominant defense.
Mhm.
Um, and I think a lot of people will judge him on his talent, but only winning one Super Bowl. A lot of people feel as though,
Mhm.
as talented as he is, he should have more than one Super Bowl, which is why him coming up short the past 2 years while being the number one seed and losing home playoff games. You know what I'm saying? That's why people are just kind of side eyeing him right now. Adding on the fact,
All
personality,
the other stuff.
smugness,
Right. Right.
arrogance. You know what I mean? So a lot of it is self-inflicted, and a lot of it is just that he's kind of underproduced considering how talented he is.
True.
So it's it's tough, man. It's gonna be a difficult decision for him. I'm interested to see how it's gonna play out. Me personally, I would stay in Green Bay. And again, I'm a Niners fan, so I would love to see him out of the NFC. You know what I mean? But if I'm him, I'm just like, okay. And because another thing, if I go to Denver, yeah, I make that team better, but is Denver's roster just as good as the other teams in that division? I don't know. Everybody talks about how great Denver's roster is. They're just a QB away. I'm like, okay, but you
Mm,
know,
I don't
right
know
now,
if I
right now, right now, Denver is by far the fourth team in that division. Okay,
mm,
if he goes to Washington, right now, Washington and the Giants are the bottom two teams in that division. If he goes to Washington, does he make them extremely better? What that roster looking like? The
mm,
offense is not looking too great. That's what I'm saying. So, and then who else I say? Okay, the Steelers. All right, yeah, the Steelers have a good. They need to work on that offensive line, but they've got receivers. Uh, Dude Najee from Alabama, good running back. Uh, yeah. So he and then the coach Mike Tomlin. That goes without saying. So yeah, the Steelers would be good. But again,
mhm.
you got to play against Burrow and Lamar Jackson for the for the next few years for the rest of his few years of his career. So I don't know. It'd
True.
be interesting to see how it play out. I
True.
think it's good storylines all around. If I'm him, I stay in Green Bay. I know the culture. I know the city. I know the organization. I'm going to win my division every year,
Mhm.
which is going to guarantee me a home playoff game. You know,
Yeah.
so but that's just me.
Yeah. Well, I think you made a good transition talking about a potential team he could go to, just the Washington football team. Um, I just got one question.
Well, they're not the football team no more. Breaking
I just
news.
I just got one question.
Uh huh.
What are they doing in DC?
What you
Because what
mean?
I don't understand is, okay, you changed your name, you went from not being the Redskins. The
Uh
Commanders? Dog, that
huh.
sounds like some kind of like AAU team or some type of what in these
So, so first of all, the news leaked like when I'm like, y'all can't even keep it a secret. Like the news leaked. I'm hearing this joke a while ago. Like the
just why they ain't
Commanders,
gonna win at least one game.
they gonna win a game. They gonna be all right. I don't know. It don't seem to have gone over well with the fans. Uh, my friends who are, I was about to call them, who are Washington fans, don't seem to be. They kind of indifferent about the name. They like blah. I don't know, man. I thought the Warriors would have been dope. The Washington Warriors. It just had a nice kind of ring to it.
Did they
But
give options of different
yeah, so they
names?
had a list of things. I think it was like the Red Tails, Red Hawks, uh,
Why
football team.
even? Oh,
I know, like, why would you put red and you just got rid of the red? So I guess the SKINS part was the part that was
I like what
uh,
you did there.
yeah, because I didn't want to say the name. Um, I guess that was the part that people had a problem with and respected them for changing the name. So, um, but I'm like, okay, so you just gonna put red and something. But apparently, those couple names, I guess they were trademarked or something, so they couldn't pick them. I don't know what happened with. I don't know. I can't remember if the Warriors was on the list, but I'm like, yo, the Warriors would be dope. I know when you think Warriors, you think Golden State, but I'm like, all right, Washington Warriors. I got a nice ring to it. You know what I'm saying? Got a nice battle theme to it, a fight theme.
But they ain't battling nobody.
I know, but now they the Commanders. So now you fatigued up about to be commandoing. That's what I'm saying. So if you wanted a battle name and mascot, they ain't even got a mascot yet. They like, we gonna unveil all that later. Bro, get your team, bro. Get your team, bro. I feel sorry for Washington fans, bro. They almost as bad as I do for Cowboys fans.
It's ownership.
Yeah, almost as bad as I do for Cowboy fans, but Cowboy fans are just obnoxious. So
I was getting ready to say something else, but I'm gonna just
see. Me being a Knicks fan, I can understand bad ownership. So it's just like
yes, you can.
Yeah, so you just like.
Why would you even go there?
I know, bro. I'm loyal to my squads, bro. I don't care. I'm loyal to my squads, but we got bad ownership, bro. So I can relate to Washington fans, but it's just like they just cursed, though. They just doomed. I don't know.
They shoot their own selves in the foot.
Exactly. That's what it is, man.
Oh, practical burst.
Look, commando. Commanders.
We're the Commanders. We're gonna go win a football game.
So I guess you're not feeling the name.
Come on, son. Like, I understand why the name had to change. I get it. But you done took this long. Y'all could have went another 5 years trying to figure out what the name of the team was going to be. And only win probably 5 games in 5 years.
Dog, the people I've been talking to was like, yo, we rather just stayed the football team.
Yeah.
Which was
because it was different.
It was different. As basic as it was kind of different.
It was different.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what your people's doing, man.
Well,
I don't know.
We gonna clear the air.
Commander style.
Not about
Commander style.
Let me tell you, the only thing Commander I've ever paid attention to was the Jeep I owned, and even that,
the big butt joint, big butt joint that had the scratched up screen. Yeah, the scratched up screen. Remember?
No, let's not even go there.
Yeah, somebody tried to get you. Yeah.
No, they got me.
The
Clearly, they got me.
It was the V8.
V8, son.
Oh, I know you stayed at the pump.
Stayed at the pump.
That joint had that big butt. I was like, oh my god, this joke. It's wide.
Listen, y'all. We've cleared the air. Again, I'm going with the Rams. Young blood over here is going with the Bengals.
I'm rooting for the Bengals.
Okay.
I'm rooting for the Bengals. Yeah.
Okay. We'd love to hear what y'all think.
Yo, what you doing for the Super Bowl? My bad, I didn't mean to catch you off guard.
No, I'm glad you went there. So I might put the culinary skills to test, and throw some, maybe make a new set of wings or something.
Chef Boyard Negro.
That's what it is. But I'm not doing much, man. I just be here with the family. Like I say, I probably try a new wing flavor or something like that. Maybe have my wife do some nachos, homemade nachos. I don't know, man. Whatever it is, it's gonna be a culinary fest the day before Thanksgiving.
Here you go.
The day before Valentine's Day, well, I'm thanking God for my wife on Super Bowl Sunday for the next day, which is Valentine's Day.
And if y'all wondering why Super Bowl is so late this year, is because they added that extra game. So pushed everything back an extra week. Because
Because it's
normally
supposed to be
NBA All-Star Weekend, which kicks right into the Valentine's Day, but everything pushed back a week. So this week, yeah. So the Pro Bowl got pushed back a week, but don't nobody really pay attention to that. And then the Super Bowl and All-Star Weekend. So yeah, man. But I can't lie, I didn't like the idea of the 17 game, but the games was crazy this year. So
They were. They were. Well, listen, before we leave, as we end clearing the air, I do want to say, please make sure that you follow us on all of our social media platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Spotify. For those who love the audio version, check us out on Spotify. Both season 1 and 2 are up. Okay, please get caught up on all the seasons. Last but not least, also we've got a Facebook group that we post to as well. So we are working on the app. We are working on the Apple podcast. So just bear with us, and that stuff will be worked out. But listen, you've got more than enough outlets to find out where we are, to find out different things we've got going on. We've got a lot of stuff coming up. So one more thing. For February alone, okay, we got the Super Bowl. We got Valentine's Day. Okay. We got Black History Month. And hit us with the last one, sir.
NBA All-Star Weekend. There you go.
There it is. But listen, we'll see you guys soon. Take care.
Peace. Go Niners.